Guys, how are y'all doing? Hope you're doing fine. This is my 1000th time recording this video. But anyways, let me explain something real quick. If you see Libra in half 12th house, half first house, it means it's in your first house. If you see Scorpio half first house, half second house, it means it's in your second house, and so on. And IC means your personal things. DSC means your... Okay, yeah. I'm gonna read Shrihans' birth chart at the first minute, so... Yeah. Let's just see Shrihans' other aspects. Midpoints? Ew. Sun, moon. Huh? Wait, what? Oh no, his moon is Aries, not Capricorn. Oh, okay. La 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 la. So, 5, 4, 3, 2... Yes, finally. So, Shrihans' first house, your first house is yourself. It represents how you behave. Shrihans' first house is Leo. Shrihans' first house is Libra. This means that he just wants everyone to get along, and he just wants everyone to be friends and all that fancy Libra stuff. Mercury in the first house, he loves to talk about himself. Saturn in the first house. It means he has some limits about himself, right? Saturn in first house, he finds it impossible to relax. Libra, Mercury Libra, Mercury Libra meaning that he talks peacefully, and Saturn Libra meaning that he has some equalized limits balanced. And yeah, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shrihans' second house is Scorpio, which means he's really passionate in his values. If you don't know who Shrihan is my bestie. Okay, Shrihan hides his power, which makes people attracted to him. And Shrihan is also looking for financial and material gains. Financial and material gains means he's looking for money. Yes, I can't believe I just said money like that. So funny. Anyways, let me explain the rest of the South Node retrograde. South Node retrograde. This shows that in his past that he got to learn many karma lessons, like don't trust people easily, don't let people fool you, and all that. South Node in Scorpio, passionate again. 5, 4, 3. Yes, finally. Now, as we can see, Shrihans' Sagittarius is in his third house. Sagittarius represents adventure, and the third house is of siblings. This represents Shrihans' third house tells us that he will be disturbed in his education, family, relationship, and he will also evolve, and he will also transform by time. Yeah, that means that. So that's it. That's all his third house tells us. Alright, Sagittarius in third house. Sagittarius in third house tells us that... Wait, why are there 2 birth charts here? Let it be. Sagittarius in third house, he's really adventurous, or really team working with his siblings, even though he says he hates his sibling. Okay. Now, fourth house. Fourth house is a really important house. The first, 4th, the first, 4th, 7th, and 10th house is the most important house. I'll tell you why later. So anyways, the 4th house is his IC. The IC is your lower heaven. The lower heaven tells you how you really behave. The lower heaven tells you how you actually behave, not how you actually behave. And as we can see, Shrihans' lower heaven is in his Capricorn. This represents that Shrihan is a really hard-working person. By the way, guys, lower heaven is only 4th house. So this shows that Shrihan is a really hard-working person. And that's all that his 4th house tells us. 5th house, I'm not excited for this one. So guys, my mom wants to do exercise, so let's finish this. Let's finish this fast. Fifth house, your fifth house is creativity. Fifth house represents creativity, and Shrihans Aquarius is in his fifth house, right? Yep. So as we can see, Srihans Aquarius is in his fifth house. This represents that he's a really creative person, and his creativity is unique and extraordinary. So Srihan's vertex is in his Aquarius in the fifth house. This means his goal is related to creativity, fun, which is unique. Srihan's Neptune retrograde is in Pisces. This represents that he has very much devotion. This represents that he's a really great person in spirituality, but it gets disturbed sometimes in fifth house, and his spirituality is creative. So Chiron retrograde, which means that he will get really karma lessons to not do this thing, not do that thing, and all that. Okay, I don't know what Chiron in Pisces means. I really don't know. Google it yourself. So anyway, sixth house is of daily routines and all that fancy stuff. And Srihan's moon is in his sixth house. His moon is in Aries, and Srihan's Pisces is in his sixth house. This represents that Srihan has daily emotional routines which sync and complement each other. It means Srihan has emotional daily routines which he does not plan, but it automatically gets planned because of the events. And Moon in sixth house in Aries. Moon in Aries represents that he gets angry really easily, and a bit of anger is in all of his emotions. And Moon in sixth house. This represents that he has daily emotional routines. Oh, so sixth house tells us that Srihan has daily emotional routines. Now Uranus retrograde. Okay, Srihan is a Uranus Aries. This means he's a really great leader, and yeah. But his Uranus is in retrograde. This means he will be a really great leader, but people will not like that. Or he will be a really bad leader. It either means that he will be a great leader, but people will not like him as a leader, or he's a really bad leader. His Uranus Aries means being very good in leadering. So yeah. And Descendant Aries. This means he does not behave like Aries. And his fortune in his Aries. This represents that fortune represents fortune as it is. So it means that his fortune is like Aries. 8th house. Now, as we can see, what am I saying? As we can see, Srihan's south node is in 8th house of Taurus. This represents that Srihan's future will be really comfortable, and he will eat a lot of food, of course. This represents that Srihan's future will be really comfortable, but there will be a teeny tiny bit of disbalance because of retrograde. And yeah, 8th house is the house of relationships. This represents that he might be in a relationship with. So this represents that Srihan's relationships might be comfortable and lucky, but a little bit of disbalance will be there. Lilith Gemini. Of course, I don't know what this means. Sorry. Okay, so Srihan's Lilith in Gemini means that he's a really ambitious. Wait. It means that he's a really free person. 9th house, Jupiter. Jupiter represents expansion, and 9th house now 9th house is about philosophy. This represents that he will have a growth in his philosophy, and he will be really interested in his philosophy too. MC in Cancer. Wait, I have to wait for the 10th minute to strike. You know what? Let's wait. You know what? The 10th minute is not here yet, so I can't do the 10th house. You know what? Let's review the 9th house more. Now, Jupiter in 9th house. 9th house is of philosophy, and this represents that he will be really interested in philosophy, and he will have a really big growth in philosophy. And all that fancy Gemini Jupiter philosophy stuff. Sorry, Geminis. I'm a Gemini. I'm saying sorry to myself. No, I'm a Gemini Cancer cusp. I'll explain you what a cusp sign means later. His MC is Cancer, so Shrihans midheaven is Cancer. This means that people see him as a really caring, nice, empathetic, forgiving person. This means that people see Shrihan as a really nice and caring person. That's all that means. You know what? More about MC is written over here. More things about MC are written over here, so let's see. So, people with MC are characterized. Oh yeah, they have deep emotions about their Sri. This means that Srihan has deep emotions about his job and his work, and this also means that people see him as a really nice person. And Srihan is most likely to become a doctor, surgeon, or accountant. Most likely to become. Shrihans. 11th house is in Leo. Leo 11th house. I forgot what the 11th house means. Sorry. So, anyways, Venus 11th house. Venus Leo represents that he will be really good in relationships and he will be a really good partner in relationships. Venus in Leo represents that. Venus in 11th house represents Srihan is a person who expresses his feelings through poems and songs and pictures, and he's a very romantic person. And 11th and Venus in 11th house means that he will benefit from friends. 12th house is all about spirituality and religiousness. So Shrihan's sun is in his 12th house. This represents that he's a most likely a very religious person who is very religious and all that fancy stuff. And it's most likely that his religiousness and spirituality is equalized. So yeah, bye.